All right, folks, I bought a unicorn. All right, I'm here at my buddy Ben's, and if you're thinking this sled looks familiar, you're right, it was on Todd's channel a few years ago, but I had to buy it. Ben treated me real nice on it, and it's a unicorn. It's a 1 year only XCR700 with, that's right, exhaust valves and red, white, and blue head covers. Tether works. So, all right, we're still at Ben's. So you guys know, I don't usually buy running driving sleds, but Ben just did a whole bunch of work on this. And this thing actually doesn't need anything right now to my knowledge, except for maybe a little jetting. Ben says it's maybe a little fat. But otherwise, he just replaced the exhaust valves. The shocks have all been rebuilt. Yeah, we'll talk to somebody about this seat. You can probably guess who. There's only two guesses. And anyways, yeah, here we go. So yeah, sometimes I do buy a sled just to ride instead of a project. Rideable, but she needs some work. Already working on the unicorn. I did drive it around the yard a couple times, which was a little risky. But here's what we got going on. And I'm sure you can see what's missing down there. So here's the good news. Number one, correct pump. You can tell because this bolt is going out that side. And number two, well, the gear's still good. I don't know what that chunk of debris is right there. Can you see that? Yeah, I'll have to pick it out with my knife. But the gear's good. So, I got something for Tim to work with here. Okay, I cleaned all the unicorn piss off the pump. A little brake cleaner, a brush, some rags, maybe some ticks, and a screwdriver. There was a metal flake embedded in the gear. I picked it out with this and this. And, you know, that's just how I am. I'm not going to send Tim a horrible, filthy part to try to work on. All right, a little bit further into the Greasy unicorn here. Decided to pull the chain case cover off since I had the pipes off and I'm changing back to a stock can. And, well, there you go. I mean, you could see why I'm calling it the Greasy unicorn. Hardly even matters that I didn't use the drain plug and drain the chain case into a drain pan. That cover's been off and so much oil's been spilled over the years. Who cares? I'll just wipe it up. It'll probably be cleaner when I'm done. So anyways, yeah, checking it out. Chain case looks good. This is as far as I'm going into it, I think. And from here, we should be on to putting stuff back together. All right, new pump from Water Pump Tim is here. And I just want you guys to know, you know, I've had that other XCR700 that I haven't really started yet, but I've had a pump in line for a long time. So that's how I got it back so quick to have it for this video. But anyways, so I guess I got to get the pump for this sled in line now. But generally, here's how I put on the water pump. I put on a new O-ring, grease it up a little bit. I put the gasket on the pump. I maybe stick it with a couple little dabs of case sealer, but I don't goop it all up. And then this really long bolt right here. So I'll push it up on the dowel pins, and then I'll start that really long bolt just to hold it in place while I get the other bolts on. So there you go. So the other bolts, especially the lower ones, they're no fun, and I am not even going to attempt to film that. But I will get them in real quick. All right, we got her buttoned back up. So she did need a new belt. The old one, I might have showed it earlier, was backwards and the deflection was wrong and it was just worn out. That one's pretty close. I got all the exhaust stuff on there. Took a lot of new springs. The old springs were pretty stretched out in most cases. You know, and that accounts for a lot of the whole greasy triple thing. A lot of oil blowing out of there when your springs are loose. Other than that, pretty much ready to ride. It needs a brake light switch. I found out one of the tabs is broke off on that. So I'll have to get one of those on order. But looking good. Oh, yeah, this foam, you know, it's usually one piece with two holes in it, and it was missing. So I got these. I think these are actually for an Evolve chassis. And, well, they ought to work just fine because the only goal is to seal it up to here so that it draws cold air from the outside. So right up to there. So there we go. I think I'm pretty close to ready to take this thing for a ride. All right, so recap. Water pump freshly rebuilt, brand new belt with the deflection adjusted, 3 new plugs, back to the stock can. I ran it just a little. Really doesn't sound that different to me. So there we go. Let's take her for a rip and see if we can notice any difference or not. All right, that belt squeal. Let me show you what's going on. So I didn't put this thing up on a track stand and run it, and I probably should have. The belt is way too high, the deflection's too tight. Luckily, we got the old adjustable clutch and we got plenty of adjustment left, so I'll take care of that real quick. All right, took care of that. Pretty much went to the other end of the adjustment, but you can see it got it down in there, and deflection's more like it should be. So let's take her for a rip again, and let's see if it's still making that noise, especially at idle. All right, I got to go get the seat for the Skidoo charity project right now for Charlie's Nordic, RIP Charlie. Here's my thoughts on this thing. Ben told me it was jetted fat. Sure as heck is. Clutching is not to my liking. It comes in below 4,000 RPMs. Will it dangle? I think even this way it would dangle if it got traction. There's just no traction out here with the fresh snow today. I tried in the plowed driveway. The studs aren't hooking up there either. But I'm sure this thing will dangle. So a little more messing to do with it. But overall, yeah, that belt deflection cleared that squeal right up. Seems like it's sound. Seems like the motor's sound. Seems like I can ride it just like it is if I feel like I want to. And I probably will. So with that said, I want to say huge thanks to the patrons. Really appreciate your support of the channel. Patrons, you're the best. The patrons are the super fans of the channel. They're basically channel members, and we do our channel membership off-site on a website and an app called Patreon. You can find the link in the description below. And for $5 or $10 a month, the patrons get all the videos early. They get them ad-free. They get extra patron-only videos. So I really appreciate the support, guys. It really helps me keep this channel going. I also want to say a huge thanks to everybody that's given a super thanks to the channel or sent a PayPal donation, everybody that kicked in on that Nordic, because believe me, we burned through some money on that Nordic. So we appreciate all that. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate you just for watching. And now I want to remind you that subscriptions are free on YouTube. And you can subscribe from your TV, you can subscribe from your phone. If you're not logged in on your TV, well, log in from your phone and then, you know your password and you can log in on the TV. Or some TVs just have you scan a QR code. So I'd appreciate it if you could get yourself subscribed. It would really help me. And I know that the vast majority of people that are watching these videos are not subscribed because I just checked my stats. So if you like vintage snowmobile stuff and you like the channel, please at least subscribe. It's free. So with that said, I guess I'll see you at the shows and see you on the trails.